guys, it's Shim here and welcome to another video. Today we'll be doing my first 28 days in Coral Island Early Access. Now because this is Early Access, some of the features might not be available when it's fully released and most of its features are still in development, so let's just get right to it. We loaded up the game and started our character customization. I called myself Maney and our farm was called Mapleton. We journeyed from Poco to Coral Island with Mr. Laturo and met with the Mayor Connor upon arriving at the Coral Islands. Mayor Connor was grateful that we started to purchase our farm and he took us to our rundown farm where we met Dinda and Joko. They were fixing up my old farmhouse. After a short cutscene, Mayor Connor gave me all the necessary equipment to run my own farm. For the rest of the day, I planted my 15 turnip seeds and went exploring. On my way to the general store, we ran into Betty, Alice, Eva, Raphael, Bom Bom, Pablo, and Raj. In the general store, we ran into Connor and Sam talking. Connor gave me a quest of meeting 30 people. We then met Ben at the general store and I bought 5 potato seeds and 5 carrot seeds. On my way back to the farm, we did a bit of foraging and then I planted the seeds. For the rest of the day I chopped down some wood and I crafted a chest. I called it a day. We earned a total of 62 gold. Day 2 I woke up and watered my crops and gathered the materials needed for the Home Sweet Home quest. I visited Dinda and upgraded my cabin. A cutscene happened and Joko and Dinda moved my stuff into the house and gave me a TV on the house. For the rest of the day I decided to forage and look around the town some more. We met Macy, Theo, Bree, Erica, Sunny, Oliver, Walter, Alila, Peanut, Noah, Frank, Emily, Randy, Yuri, and Derek. We shipped up my foraging items and I leveled up to foraging 1 and earned 398 gold. On day 3 it was raining. I got a letter in the mail to go to the beach shack from Sunny and Eleanor. On my way there I met Valentina and gathered some shells on the beach. At the beach shack, Eleanor and Sunny was debating whether they should give me a bug net or a fishing rod. They ended up giving me both. I finally completed the quest to meet 30 people. Then I met Charles. Most of my afternoon I was window shopping in some of the stores around Starlit Village. I browsed the many choices of furniture, then had the sudden realisation I was too poor to afford anything in the store. I met Luke and Kenny in Sucket and Pan, met Suri in the lab, Dipper walking to the blacksmith. I processed my copper and got a rusty spear. In my earth geode I got dorite and a magnetite. I went to the museum which occurred a cutscene with Scott telling me that Millie had sold the entire collection. Scott asked me to help him fill up the museum, which I was more than happy to do. I donated the rusty spear, dorite and morganite to the museum. I went foraging for the rest of the afternoon and met Jack outside the ranch, chopped down wood and stone. I called it a day and earned 418 gold. On day 4, my recording corrupted, but we had the pufferfish cutscene and I upgraded my bag. I did a day full of catching off cam and caught a pine sphinx. I donated to the museum an Assam silk moth, a littlewood star butterfly and a pine wine swallowtail butterfly. I gave Scott a damp daffodil and went to bed and levelled up on my catching. I did miss Joko's birthday though. I earned 114 gold. On day 5, Mark appeared at my door telling me the cavern is now open, although my answer seemed to annoy him. A crow stole my turnip and I harvested the rest and claimed 100 gold from the quest line. I met Antonio on my way to Sam's store. I was a bit too early so I did some foraging and met Paul and Emma in the process. I decided to make my way to the cavern. In the cavern I occurred a cutscene where Kira attempted to save me from the crumbling mines. Kira warned me about the mine's curse and talked me through how to mine. She gave me a sword and my new quest started. By 1:20 PM I made it to floor 5 of the earth mine. I met Millie and Wakey. I browsed some outfits for a while at Antonio's store, realising again I was too poor to buy anything. I donated a tiger swallowtail butterfly and a cricket to the museum. I explored further then went to bed. I levelled up to farming level 1 and foraging level 2. I earned a total of 700 gold. On day 6 I looked at the masteries and got a farming double crop which was a 5% chance and foraging speed demon 1 and 2 and catching light feet. I watered my crops and ran into a Connor cutscene. He explained the town rank as an F and that's why pufferfish are here. I accept the challenge of increasing the rank of the town. For the rest of the day I bought and planted seeds, chopped down wood and made 2 scarecrows. I went bug catching and fishing. I donated the flameback fish and a tiger beetle to the museum. I then had a cutscene with Scott, who told me about his Kickstarter idea on expanding the museum. He had the idea to have an aquatic creature section, a full fossil section, and an ancient artifact section, which I was fully on board to help with. In this, Scott asked me to donate 50 items. I called it a day and earned 684 gold. Day 7 started with a dream cutscene. I needed to go to a sacred tree on the island. After watering crops, I go to a sacred tree. A spirit jumped out and ran off. After trying to chase it, I went into Ben's store and bought an ordinary scarecrow. It was Paul's birthday, so I tracked him down and gave him a shiitake mushroom. I then went fishing. I donated a yucca moth and a mackerel to the museum. I went back to my farm and placed the ordinary scarecrow, and I was shocked with the area it gave. I cleaned around my farm some more and went to bed. I earned a total of 485 gold. On day 8, we awoke to another cutscene. I read my mail. We was invited to the lab by Ling, and I received a letter by the chieftain who wanted me to meet right away off the right of my farm. I harvested my crops and followed the circle flowers to the chieftain. The chieftain performed a ritual so I could use the power of nature to cure the island goddess and the island. With this, I obtained the third eye special item. I then met with Ling at the beach. She wanted me to heal the oceans from the oil spill. She lent me the diving suit in exchange for me to heal 5 sick coral sites. I also got to be accompanied by a cute little robot called Kibble. On my way to the lake temple, I stopped at Sam's store to pick up more seeds. I spoke to the lake temple's goddess, who wanted me to restore the altars so she can heal the land. I was now able to offer up items to help me with my work. I donated a fly to the museum. I went back to the lake to offer a turnip, carrot, daisy to the spring Caesar jam. I then foraged for the rest of the day and caught bugs. I went back to the museum to donate a hickory-horned devil, a scar-retired beetle, a leaf beetle, and a wasp. I called it a day and levelled up to farming level 2 and catching level 2. I earned a total of 1,314 gold. On day 9, I woke up and checked my mail. I was invited to the Cherry Blossom Festival by Mayor Connor. I levelled up my farming mastery to stay hydrated and my catching to light feet too. I spent the day catching bugs and looking for a wasabi for the spring season. It was Kenny's birthday, so I gave him a tulip. I donated a red admiral, husk moth and a praying mantis to the museum. I tried diving for the rest of the day. Unfortunately, I did not find any solar orbs. I called it a day and I levelled up to catching level 3, and I gained a heart level with Kenny and earned 1,577 gold. Day 10 was the Cherry Blossom Festival. I woke up to Suru outside my door. He asked how my diving experience was and I responded with, "I love it." He informed me of the kelp's essence that I get from the extractor. I went to the festival and started it. It was cute, I spoke to everybody and came third in the sack race. Due to early access, I could not donate to the pot. I found wasabi and headed to the lake altar. On the way there, I donated a lunar moth to the museum. I offered the wasabi and moral to the spring altar. The goddess gave me a drink which allowed me to fast travel between shrines. I called it a day. I gained some relationship points with Paul and earned 300 gold. On day 11, Sam sends me a letter to visit him. I get to watering and harvesting my crops. I go to Sam's and he gives me a quest to ship bronze level produce for the community. I buy loads of seeds from him and visit the blacksmith. I opened a coffer and received a stone hand axe, which I quickly donated to the museum. I spend most of the afternoon mining. I reached level 10 in the earth mine. I went back to the museum to donate a fire agate gem. I crafted some fertiliser and expanded my crop field. I went to bed. I levelled up to mining level 1 and earned 758 gold. Day 12, I was visited by Pablo, who heard I had been mining. He gave me a crafting blueprint for a furnace so I can make ore ingots. I started the day by expanding my field once more. I explored in the morning and crafted 3 beehives. I then spoke to Theo before doing some diving. I found my first solar orb and healed my first coral site. Shortly after, I found my second solar orb and healed another site. I returned home and went to bed. I realised I missed Scott's and Oliver's birthday. I levelled up to farming level 3 and diving level 1. few gained a full heart with me and I earned 1,360 gold. On day 13, I received a sprinkler in the mail from Jeff Smith. I harvested my crops and upgraded my mastery, Stay Hydrated 2 for farming, Double Ore 1 for mining, and Double Kelp 1 for diving. After watering my crops, I explored the town and visited the blacksmith to process my geodes and coffer. I donated a carved ring holder and a pink crystal to the museum. On my way to go diving, I quickly foraged the area. While diving, I finished healing all 5 coral sites. Before heading home, I donated a ground beetle and a common starfish to the museum. I went to bed and I earned 1,147 gold. On day 14, I received a letter from the mayor to state the town is now a rank E. We have been successful. He explained that due to this, we'll be able to buy more stuff from the community. After watering my crops, I went to explore the town once more. I went to the lab to inform Link of my success with the coral sites. Because of this, she allowed me to keep the diving gear. I accidentally found Antonio's new store and felt bad for not purchasing a new outfit. I bought some new seeds from Sam and donated my latest catch to the museum. I donated a spice-bushed swallowtail butterfly to the museum. For the rest of the day, I chopped down trees on the farm. I earned 795 gold. On day 15, I received 500 gold from Grandma in the mail. I harvested and watered my crops. I bought cucumber seeds and soybean seeds from Sam to plant. Then I headed to the mines. I reached level 15 in the earth mine before using all my energy. I crafted a furnace and collected my honey. I leveled up in farming to level 4, mining level 2 and combat level 1. I earned a total of 1,860 gold. On day 16, I harvested my crops before levelling up my mastery. I chose Crop Express 1 for farming, Double Ore 2 for mining, and Critical Chance 1 for combat. I received a strange letter for me to go to the cabin in the forest. I made my way there and encountered a concerned monkey shop. I went to Sam's general store to buy more seeds and talk to the villagers that are out and about. I stopped by the carpenter's house and bought a calendar. I shortly realised it was just decoration and not a useful calendar, which really bummed me out for a bit. I spent the rest of my day reaching level 20 in the earth mine. After smelting my ore down, I went to check the Lake Temple offers and completed the essential resource offering, which I was awarded the recycle machine. I called it a day and earned 964 gold. On day 17, we got a cutscene for the spa reopening. I collected my bronze barb, gathered and watered my crops, then I went foraging. I gave Ling a daffodil for her birthday. I fished and foraged for the rest of the afternoon. Before going home, I donated a mandarin, blue tang and a ruby red dragonet to the museum. I called it a day and leveled up to foraging level 3, fishing level 1, and my relationship with Ling increased. I earned 3,325 gold. On day 18, I got a letter from Sam for a bag upgrade I already purchased earlier in the season, which I thought was strange. I checked my mastery and got double foraging for foraging and double fishing times 1 for fishing. Then I harvested and watered my crops. I fast travelled to the beach and gave Theo a filet. Then I went mining. I reached level 25 in the earth mine. I attempted to give Scott a tulip, but he was not a fan. I made an extractor to produce my first essence. I called it a day and I reached level 5 farming and earned 1,401 gold. On day 19, I harvested my honey and bronze bar. Then I got started with my crops. I travelled to the blacksmith, processed my geodes. I decided to go into pufferfish to see what was there. Then I upgraded my bag at Sam's general store for 3,500 gold. I also bought 50 turnip seeds. I donated a jasper and a lepidolite to the museum. I went back to the blacksmith to upgrade my pickaxe. For the rest of my day I tended to my fields, then went for a dive. I didn't find any solar orbs this time. I donated a tiger tail seahorse and a giraffe seahorse to the museum. I called it a day and earned 1,849 gold. On day 20, I got the Crop Express 2 upgrade for my farming mastery. I received a letter in the mail from Mayor Connor regarding Earth Day and planting trees for tomorrow's festival. I harvested and watered my crops as usual. It was Walter's birthday, so I gifted him a violet. I picked up my pickaxe from the blacksmith. I then went diving. I managed to find 2 solar orbs, making my healed coral sites to 7 out of 20. I went to the Lake Temple and offered 5 sea rocks to the ocean scavenger balls. I donated a snail and an 8-armed starfish to the museum. I went to bed and levelled up my diving to level 3 and gained relationship points with Pablo and Walter. I earned 1,040 gold for the day. On day 21, I levelled up my mastery to double count for my diving mastery and tended to my field. I hurried to the festival and realised due to early access it was not in the game properly. I caught bugs and went diving for the rest of the day. I did not find any solar orbs. I ended the day, I received catching level 4 and relationship points with Connor. I earned 2,624 gold. On day 22 I tended to the farm. Then chased Ben around to give him a violet for his birthday. I went mining and reached level 30 in the earth mine. I chopped more trees down on my farm before nearly collapsing for the day. I reached mining level 3 and gained relationship points with Ben. I earned 2,142 gold. On day 23 I upgraded my mastery to Rock Domino 1 for mining, and I could not do any more for catching. Grandma sent me some cleapons, which are my favourite, in the mail. I tended to my field, then I went to the blacksmith to process my geodes and coffer. I decided to upgrade my watering can for 2,000 gold. I spent the rest of my day diving and found 2 more solar orbs. Now I have healed 9 out of 20 coral sites. I reorganised my house, then went to bed. I reached farming level 6 and earned 1,493 gold. On day 24 I woke up and tended to my fields and cleaned some other rocks and trees up. I went back to the blacksmith to get my bronze watering can and process my coffers and geodes. I donated the optical glass prison that I got from the coffer to the museum. I spent the rest of my day reorganising my farm ready for summer. I earned 541 gold. On day 25 I harvested my field and messed around with the layout some more. I gathered 5 bronze essence and ran to the lab. I bought some silver kelp and upgraded the seas to level 1. I went diving for the rest of the day and found 1 solar orb. I have now healed 10 out of 20 coral sites. I crafted 3 more sprinklers to get ready for summer. I went to bed and then I realised I missed Macy's birthday. I earned 1,760 gold for the day. On day 26, I managed to harvest a bronze cucumber for the sea turtle blocking a section in the diving area. I ran straight to the sea turtle to give him this. I spent the rest of the day diving and found 2 more solar orbs, making 12 out of 20 coral sites healed. I crafted a few more chests for my farm and did some organisation. I went to sleep and reached diving level 3 and earned 896 gold. On day 27 I rushed over to the blacksmith and processed my coffins and geodes, and gave Pablo a daffodil for his birthday. I donated a clay vessel, a silver sandal and an ancient compass to the museum. I spent the rest of my afternoon getting to level 40 in the earth mines. I then unlocked the water mines and got to level 5 in them. I went to bed and reached mining level 4 and combat level 2. I gained relationship points with Jack, Joko and Raj. I earned 245 gold for the day. On day 28 for spring, I spent most of the day organising my field for summer. I went to the lab to purchase more kelp for sprinklers, then realising I spent all my money, I crafted 5 more sprinklers before foraging, fishing and bug catching. I donated a flower hornfish, tilapia and a shrimp to the museum. I then crafted 2 composters and another recycle machine for my farm. I called it a night. I gained relationships with Alice and Kenny and earned 2,196 gold. After completing my first season of Coral Island, I looked at the totals that I had achieved. I had played 10 hours and 59 minutes worth of the game. I had a total earnings of 33,614 gold. I spent 31,495 gold. I shipped a total of 743 items. I bought a total of 366 items. I crafted a total of 117 items. And I had given 13 gifts out to the villagers. I really enjoyed playing Coral Island Early Access. I will be releasing more videos like this in the future. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you do, give me a thumbs up and please hit that subscribe button if you want to hear more from me. I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. Bye guys!